Right, so I put a call out to try find a cheap van. Nothing came up, but can you find a van for about 300 quid? Yep. So what we've got is a minibus. I've never owned one of these at all, but they're a strange thing, aren't they? All these panels, I've never seen a van with these panels. Of all the vans I've had, about 15 of these, I've not actually had a minibus version. The seats were sold, I don't need them anyway. But what I've done is, and the reason that I went for this is all this stuff. Like the uncut pillars, I didn't know about the vents, I didn't know about the heating things up here, the lights, speakers up there, and this roof lining. So I've done a lot of crew cabs and converted them from one van to another. So I'm interested to see what's under these. You know, we see all these clips, don't we, and wiring looms in the vans, and we don't know what they're for. So does this have quite a bit of stuff? I don't honestly know. As you can tell, it's got a tailgate on it, so I'm quite pleased with that. I've never had one with a tailgate on. So this could be quite interesting to do. It don't look too bad, to be honest. The light smashed there. We've got some more of them. I don't think we can open this boot at the minute because it's kind of locked, and we're going to fix that hopefully very soon in this video. So yeah, twin slider, and it's also with the windows in it. So that blue van that we've got, I looked at the price of the window kit, about 600 odd quid, and then I've got to do everything else to it, right? Look, roof linings, trim it out. It just didn't stack up. I really wanted to do it, but it, like most things, you've got to work it out financially. And with this having factory glass in it, it's worked out all right, to be honest. One thing I have just literally just realised, that the windows don't open, so it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. I could in theory get these windows out and put some sliders in it. I think we do need some sliding windows, and I've literally just worked that out. You think a minibus would have some openable windows? Can't believe it, I've just spotted that now. So just spotted it, it's been sat here 2 days and I've just noticed it. Oh dear. But we can black the other windows out. I'll get somebody to tint them, or I'll get something and we'll have a go ourselves, and then we'll get some smoked windows, for some tinted windows. So the idea of this van is to turn it into a camper van, or some sort of camper van. Whether what we do with it inside, I don't know yet. Speak to Catherine and see what we're going to do trim wise. But all these panels, they're right up against it, the factory put in, so we can't. The thing I found is when you start building stuff, you build stuff out and it don't work, and you know, you end up with different going. You know, I think it's as close as it can go. I don't know what that is there, that piece there. I'll have to get a tailgate up and have a look in here. I don't know what these are. What are these? Oh, somebody's sliced out doormat. I don't know if. Can we open this from in here? I've never had a tailgate before. How do we open that? What does that do? Is that a quick release latch for the? No, we're locked. But yeah, these trims, get all these buttons out. We'll take this out of here. What's in here? Like some sort of. What's that? Oh, is that for the heat? For the heating and stuff for the back? I don't know. Whether we keep that, I don't know. We might have to. Or we take it to some sort of storage unit for. Not very good. So we snapped it off, haven't they? Don't know. That's broke that. I'm sure we can find another one. There'll be a part number on there. So yeah, it's definitely a factory job. Renault glass there, but we could put some USBs in there. The seat belts have gone. Got these seat belts, and they're used to me. You never know, they might come in handy for somebody else. But yeah, all the vents up here, look, for the heating. So we could use them. We could potentially use them inside this van. So we'll have to come up with a layout. Looking forward to having a go at this. But the biggest problem with this van is it don't run. So I've had to tow it back. And how I towed it back was, the trouble with these vans is they don't weigh out. You know, my van sadly is coming to the end of its lifespan. Another one, they just rust out, and I think that's what's happened to this. It's underneath, it's rusty, crusty, corny, pasty underneath. It's too far gone now, my van. It's not worth me putting money into it, and for what we can pick these up for, it's not well. So we're gonna use bits off my van, which is sad really, because it's done an awful lot of work over years and videos and things like that. But I know the engine on it seemed to be alright. You know, it's a new timing chain maybe. It had a couple of injectors when I bought it, and we put that glass in because I smashed it, and one for another. The wheels aren't too bad, they look nice on summer. Dashboard we swapped. So I've done quite a bit to this van. So how do I get, what I did was I wanted to get this van, but this is how I tow them back. This is how I towed this back. It was a bit, we did have a bit of a lively moment where the back end on my van got pushed out around and about, but Catherine sat in here because over 750 kilos you need somebody in this seat. Sometimes you get fancy electronic braking system that when you brake through your tow ball, your brake lights, it pushes a brake pedal on to slow this down. But without the trailer on, my caravan weighs about as much as this. So in theory, we managed it all right, but it was a little bit hairy at times. I must admit, 40 miles an hour is about the best I could do. So it took quite a while to get on. Poor Catherine was freezing in the front seat, so she did really well to do it. And now I use this big A-frame that I've got. This is quite a heavy duty one. It's a 3.5 ton frame. It's not one of Mickey Mouse ones. It's pretty strong. I towed George's Fiesta EcoBoost back with this, but it is low to floor of my tow ball, so there is that issue. I don't know if you can fit droppers anymore on tow balls. I don't know if they're illegal them or not, but it's as low as it'll go on there, look. And then it's got to get underneath. And how it does it is that if you've never seen one of these, I'll have to do it. Let's get my thing out and get it on floor, but there's some chains that go around there, look. If you're interested in how these work. So it goes round the bottom arms, through the hole in the arm, which even means safer, pulls it round on a chain, hooks it in that ratchet strap there, and then this ratchet strap, you can get some purchase on that. You lock everything off with these, and then what you do is this frame here, you can take this drawbar off, and that makes a triangle shape up, so it can't go anywhere at all. The only thing you've got to worry about is we're not sure about coming back if I had it too wide, and when we were turning, that the wheels were catching it. I don't think they were. Oh, I think they maybe were, and that caused there. Can you see how it's rubbed it there a little bit? Just there, and we think it was maybe too wide, and it was catching the tyres and not allowing it to turn 100% roundabout. So we just had to go steady, and we only noticed that because we had a bit of a slide on, as I did on opposite lock. But yeah, we managed it. So it's dead where it is. Right, I've done nothing to it, so we flooded in water on top of here, these injectors. I don't think it's ever had a timing chain on it. Looking at that, I don't know if it's locked up, I don't know if it's seized up. I took it and look at the state of that. Who's filled that up like that? I know absolutely nothing about it. It's caked in oil and underneath and everywhere else. Have a good look. We're used to these, aren't we? But why did we pick this? Well, I've gone for this because it's the same engine that's in that blue van that you've seen me first do my videos, and in mine. If we've got a massive engine problem, we'll just take the engine out. I think we've done 230,000 miles in this, so it may need to come out anyway. But the thing is to get it running and move it around for a minute. So it's front end off, and I'm going for starter motor because when I turn the key it's completely dead. let's get some tools out. Let's go get that front end off. Right, it's a bit cold, but look, let's get the front of this off, see what we can do, and get the starter motor off and actually see, it might be an engine that's gone on it, we don't know, do we? I'm sure you could do that just by gunning it off. You don't need to, I don't know what's going on there, but that don't look right good, does it? Oh dear me, look at that. That's why I couldn't get my socket in. It's supposed to be further back so you can get a gun in and tighten it up. And I'm sure they're captive nuts as well. I'm sure they are. Check another van. I'm sure they are. You just gun them on. I don't think they're nut and bolted. But that's what that's designed to do. But hopefully, it don't like it's damaged any of the van. So it's had a bit of a bump on it there. Right. Let's get this radiator off and all the water out of it and everything. Because I need to be at the front. Yep, that's scrapping it now. Let's go. That. Does this work? Isn't it that right? Starter motor. Don't look the best, does it? There we go. Right, let's get the pry bar up, shall we? Let's have a look together. No, it's moving. Oh. Right, thing to do is to go in the spares department in that white van and dig out a starter motor. I'm not buying one. I'm not stripping one off that blue van, even though I know it works. I'm going to have a look in that white van and dig one out. I'll come back and let's see if we can get it going. Right, we're back. I don't even have a starter motor in the back of that van. It's just plastic trim, motors, lights, bits of stuff we probably will never use, but we're going to have to keep them because you just can't get these bits from scrappers, you know what I mean? They're all broken, so we'll have to hang on to them. So what I've had to do is I've had to take the starter off that blue van, but I know the starter works, but now I've got two incapacitated vans, so it's not good. But if we can fix this, I'll have to get a new one and then as we get going. Swap them back. Right, let's try and get the start button on this, and let's see if this van runs. Right, here's the starter motor off the van over there. Right, we're on with that. We'll just bunk the intercooler back on. Stand back. Right, I don't have any charging this battery, but let's see if it starts, shall we? Right, so it's just buzzing, isn't it? It's just not buzzing, it's just clicking. So it sounds like the solenoid's engaging, but there's no power to the starter motor to engage it. So what I'm going to do is I've come and have a look at this here. Right, I'm not too happy about this. One, it looks a bit cacked up over years. This van's probably just been looked after, not really done. But we've got my multimeter on, you know, just to test the circuits, just to see if these fuses are all right. Now it's all a bit, yep. We've got a bit, yep. And then here, look, I'm praying for it to buzz, but it's not doing anything at all. That one, yeah, it just doesn't seem to do it straight away. But I think we need to get this off, pop this off here without breaking it, and give this a good clean up. Get my socket thing on and get all these off and give it a clean up. So could it be just that fuse? I don't know, but we're about to find out. So let's get that off, let's get it on the bench, and let's have a look at it. Right, it's not very good, is it? But let's try and get this apart. Right, that's our battery terminal. We'll give that a bit of a clean up. Well, we never know, do we? Right, let's get a cloth and clean it up before we start. Let's shut these. Watch this, it'll probably work now, this, because it's got a good side. Can it? Ah, right. I'll have a look in there. Nothing, look, nothing. Right, where can I get one of them from? We're back in a minute. Right, so I've been and taking it off that white band that's got all the bits in, but could it be a fuse that... Look at that! Right, let's go for it. So will it work? I think that washer went on there because it... Like that. Let's put in next, haven't we? Battery terminal. Let's just clean that up. That might have gone on there like that, I think. Like that. Right then, let's go nip all this up. And let's see what happens, shall we? Right, so we'll just nip these up. You can see me do it, and then we'll try again, shall we? See what happens. We're on. Why did that fuse blow? Has it damaged? Has it got an injector fault? Has it got something wrong with it? Who knows? But we're gonna find out tomorrow. Let's come back to it. Better cover that up in case it rains. But I think water's leaked on top of injectors anyway. You know, I can't show it's dark now, but it's swimming pool of water. It's just rubbish in it, rubbish design, everything. But we'll get all this cleaned off here. But first off, let's see if it starts and get it running. All right. We'll be back. Right. So we're back on this van this morning, and I give it a wash off. I got rid of all the oil and gunge and everything else. This is my take on these vans. So I've done the hard bit. I've looked through the injectors, and the bolts have been changed. They look like they've had the new clamp bolts fitted, but none of these injectors match the codes that are in the actual system of this van. Now there is obviously chat about these I hear on forums where it don't matter about coding injectors in. If you don't have the software to do it, I suppose, then you're not going to want to do it if you fit them. But if you do it every day, and there's a lot of lads that do it every day, have got the proper gear, probably better than my scanner, they code them anyway. That code's there for a reason, and it tunes the injector in. My take on it is that if you've got a problem with an injector, so the first injector that was in, the ECU moves the fuel around to compensate on the cylinder. So it's, let's say that injector needs a bit more fuel, so it's putting a bit more fuel in that cylinder, and then on that code we bin that injector off, the new injector goes in, and that's been coded because it needs a little bit more on that code, but it's already got a bit more from old code, so it's putting two lots in. Or vice versa, it could be lean on one cylinder and the injector needs, well, it's a little bit over fueling, so we'll just lean that code down so it runs a little bit leaner, and the ECU can move around. So if you don't code it in, the fueling can be all over, and this is what might have happened with this van, and to put it beyond it might have actually damaged the injectors maybe. But I'll scan it and I'll show you, because it's a long it's not a long process, but it's a bit of a pain. These are the codes that are on them injectors. So let's scan this and see what it says on these injectors on here. So what we do is, even though it's a Nissan, what should we call it? The Nissan Scooby-Dooby bus. So we're going to scan it as a Renault. So for some reason these like, so we're going to do it as a Renault. Yeah. It does take a bit of a process to do this, but for some reason the locking goes off. You can hear the locking clicking, and I mean, 248,000 miles it's done this. So you know, we could be in a bit of a sticky position with this van in a bit, but just like getting access to its CCU, and then we'll go from there. Just it's switching. There we go. Right, manual select. So we're going to go down on this van to somewhere here. Traffic 2, phase 2, 3. Click that. So we'll do a health report. It's going to probably come up with loads of stuff. Got 10 faults already. So we'll let that do its business. Well, it's finding faults everywhere. And I'll show you what I mean by these codes. So, for instance, let's take this torch. We'll come back to that. Look at it. We'll come back to it. So, for instance, so I washed all that stuff off there. Look, got rid of all that gubbins and all the water out of here. Can you see these bolts have been changed? So let's just pick this out. So injector number 4 is this one, and number 1 is the timing chain side. On a 1.9, 1 is gearbox side, 4 is belt side. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give you an instance. Oh, drop the piece. It's all right. So there is my code. You probably can't see it, but I'm just trying to show you where these codes are. So on the top of that injector, there's a code there, just on that lip there, where that nut is, and it reads, I don't know, I zoomed in on my phone, AH7645G, right? That's that code on there. I think that's what I wrote down on there. So I wrote number 4, AH645G. So that's what I've wrote on there. So these injectors come out of a different vehicle. And that whining you can hear is the throttle body moving. That's holding the throttle. That's what that buzzing is. It's still a little bit dirty, but I couldn't see what we're doing too well, so I have to get some even stronger degreaser and get it all sorted out a bit more, I think. Right. So let's have a quick look. I don't think it's going to rain today. Right, so we're getting there. This is why it's important to scan these cars and our vans and find out what's going on. So I'm going to get me a cup of tea in a minute. Right, look at this lot here. So we've got all these faults here, look. Cylinder 1 and 4, so if we click that, these are the codes that are in them injectors. This is what's stored in the ECU. So number 4 is B1AGCH, but it's nowhere near, is it? And let's say number 4 is that's the end one, which we've got a problem with, is that code. Do you get what I mean? So is it completely messed up that all the wrong codes and injectors and the ECU can't get the fueling system right, and that's why it was struggling to like get going? But we're going to reprogram it with these and see what we can do. I could take a picture of them, which is good to do because it shows that you know, you've got the original codes to get it even started. in case these codes go all the way wrong and it won't start at all. So you never just delete the code. So I'll take a quick picture of them, even though they're wrong, like that. So I've got the original codes, and then what we'll do is we'll recode it in. So press OK. So we're going to look at special functions, and we're going to injector code in. So you can get mixed up here. So a G can look like a 6, and that's why it's important to try and get it right, because it won't start at all if it don't recognise the injector. So hopefully hopefully I've got these right. So we'll just, yeah, let me just do it that way. It might be easy as well. Take a picture of that. Right. Okay. So this is how you code them in. So we're going to go B A 07 cylinder 2. I might have completely read these wrong, but hopefully not. Right, and number 4. Right, so it's saying incorrect letters. So what's happened there is you've got to be careful that number 8 can be a letter B. So number 1 can be L or I or L, 2 can be a letter Z, 5 can be an S, and number 6 can be a G, and 8 can be a B. Right, so we've got them. So we've got them wrong, and this isn't unusual, to be honest. You can get them wrong. So what I'll do is I'll just go look at them myself, and I'll see if I can spot a 6 instead of a G and stuff like that. So leave it with me. I'll go and use my phone and see if I can find out where I've gone wrong. I'll be back in a minute. Right, so I've been at this for ages, probably 3 hours. I've been trying to do this coding, and there's something wrong with the injectors in the van. So when I put in the codes that are on the list of injectors, you've got to work out 5 instead. It could be an S and all that. It's a bit of a minefield. It helps if you know somebody who knows around these. I've asked Jack at Top Don, because he'll see a lot of codes and injectors, and to be honest, he's the same. He sent what I'd already wrote down and not sent it to him, so we've got that. So what I've done is, I just thought, I've got another engine in this garage. Remember the one we took out, that white thing that went to scrapyard? That one that we're at black wrapping around it. I took that engine out of that, and I've got the injectors here. I've managed to program these injectors into the ECU for this van straight off. First blast, done. So there is a fault between 1 and 4. So my phone's gone flat now. I'll have to text Jack back. But what's happened is, I wonder if there's an electrical fault inside the injector which won't let me reprogram it. Possibility maybe that it's gone bad. It might be a recon. None of them match. None of the injectors match. So I'm wondering if I can program 2 and 3 now to the car, to the ECU on here. Now it's done it, but it wouldn't let me do it before. I don't think that really that's going to work, is it? I have got another 2 injectors in there. Whether they're any good, I honestly don't know. So what we're going to do next is try and pull these injectors out. So what I'm going to have to attempt to do is, so this is the engine that we took out. So here, look, this is the engine we took out in it. So I've got these injectors here, which I've got no idea if they actually work, because this engine, oh no, this engine did run, I think. I can't remember on this. I think it's got the wrong fuel rail. Don't worry about all that, it's all wrong, I think, because that bit's smashed off. It's got the wrong thing on it. But these injectors, I think, are OE injectors. So I've got 2 more there if I need to, but none of these match up. But somebody has been in here already, look. So can we get that one out? That's 1 and that's 4. So can we get it out? And look at this. Do you know what this is off? This is a rare clip. Can you see it? Let me know in the comments if you know what that's off. Right, so next job, injector pulley time. We're gonna have to swap them. It says 1 and 4, so that's what I managed to program in, and I guess that's what we're doing next. Let's get the injector tool out. Right, we don't have much luck with the injectors, do we? Somebody's been in here before, you see, and done these bolts. Hopefully they've had the injectors out and maybe recut them and pulled them out for the person with the van. Taking all the gubbins off, heater thing out, taking these 2 pipes off. But what I haven't done is I've got these 2 injectors. What I don't have, before I start getting the pulley kit out, undo that clamp bolt and give that a wiggle and see if it'll come out. Should we have a go? Anybody recognise the handiwork in here? It's a proper job. So I've got a new bolt. I think it's gonna come out. Oh no. I just get a little. If I've got a screwdriver. Oh yeah, I'll use this one. This is pretty good. Hey up. It's only loose. It's only loose. Look. Look. Oh, oh yeah. No way. Get on. So that injector is possibly faulty. Can't believe that. Right. And then we need this one out of here, this first one here. So they're a nightmare. So somebody's been in here before, obviously. Don't count for chickens yet, hang on. Well, never, never. I don't know what's on them. We've got grease or something on them. But that don't look very good, does it? Look, but it came out. It came out. Who cares? Get in. I've even got the washer. Right. Let's just see what is on that. Because it got. They look really new, them, don't they? Look at them washers. That injector doesn't look right good, does it, on the end of there? Right. Let's just have a think a minute while I put this down. I want it to work. I want the injectors to match the ECU so it knows what it's doing fueling. So this is a problem I've got. They're the only set of injectors I have. Look, we can try them, can't we? Engine's going nowhere. Let me whip them. Let me take these out. Let's go all in and get these out of here then. Then we'll start again. Let's get all these pipes off. Thanks to whoever did that. You did a cracking job for the customer in case you ever had to have them taken out. Hats off to you, whoever did that work. In there. So what I'll do now is I'll get them injectors out. I'll have a clean round them holes and in the bores and the seats and everything else, get some new copper washers, and we'll come back and we shall have 4 matching injectors for running properly, and then we can build it up something like to get it running. So let me get organised and we're back to reinstall them. So we're back with the van, and did we get the injectors coded in? Yes, we did. Because I had to text somebody, message me on and off Facebook and stuff like that online, and yeah, found the right code in the end. It wasn't an I, it was a number 1. Let's get this back together. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in a bit, but we're going to try and get this built back up, and we don't even know if it runs because them injectors were out of a potentially running van. I don't honestly know, but I've put some stuff on it. Let's get this sorted out. We'll pop the fuel pipe on. And how they work is that goes down like that, and to get it up you kind of push it up so you can easily break that, so it goes like that, up like that. Right. It'll be alright. Shall we see if it starts? Is that what we've got to do? I think so. Just trying. I can't remember if I've got no radiator on, have I? But it certainly sticks over better than it did before, didn't it? So I think the best thing to do now is turn it off. We'll get the radiator on it, I'll get some water in it, and we'll get it going round. But that doesn't sounds bad, that, doesn't it? Sounds like diesel knock a little bit, doesn't it? I don't know these injectors, you see. It might sort itself out. It's not been run for months, I think. But we've sorted it out and we've got it running. Let's turn it off. So I'll just pop the radiator back on, we'll fire it up and just let it run for a bit. Got a bit of water in it, you know. Doesn't sound good, that, does it? Does not sound good at all, that. So that could be something internally. So, what do? Do we take the engine out of the blue one and put it in this one, or I know that engine runs in that blue one, do we carry on converting the blue one and swap all the interior from this one? But I can't put the glass in, which was the idea. Maybe even fit the tailgate on that blue one. Now I've got a tailgate, I'm with a tailgate. That's another job, isn't it? Put a tailgate on it and swap everything over. Take the engine out of this and get rid of it. There's no warning lights on dash or anything. Sounds bad, that, doesn't it? Like raw metal tapping. Not going to raise it. That's the options we've got. What do? Do the blue band like I said and stump up windows, or pull the engine out of that. Put the clutch, do the timing chain on it and put it into this van. You don't want aircon anyway, so it makes a difference. I'm not bothered about aircon. What do you think I should do? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. At least we did the injectors. It starts and runs better. It's just I think there's something wrong with the engine. Let me know what you think that noise is. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.